and attack the brain. This upsets me so bad that it's about 65 degrees in the studio. And yesterday when I started talking about this on air, at the end of the show, I started sweating and turning red on air. And it's happening right now because at a primitive level, and I'm not calling for violence, but they are being violent towards us. They are attacking us with a creeping stealth kill system that's very hard to respond to because we're genetically designed to face a full frontal assault of a saber-toothed cat or a grizzly bear or a pack of wolves or another tribe of humans trying to enslave us. Everything, you know, we're based around that, and so the enemy comes at us through stealth and through incrementalism and always sells it as if it's a good thing. And when you watch these doctors and psychiatrists and bioethicists on television, they can't help but smirk and start laughing. It's like when Bill Gates on TED TV a few months ago said, yeah, we've got to cut carbon footprint, and humans exhale carbon, so we've got to reduce that down. And he put the number 0 up, and everybody laughed because they're part of the little inside group laughing at the control freak nerve of power they're pressing on and their petty psyches of thinking about how they're in on the club of soft killing people. I mean, they are out in the open. And at a primitive level, at my basic core life preservation encoding, extreme violence rises up in me when I focus on this. I mean, I'm seething right now, ladies and gentlemen. And that's a normal response. And when you read these documents, this is the exact propulsion system they want to remove. I mean, how do you think I can work up here many nights till midnight? Because I've got that drive to preserve the species, and it may in the long run hurt me physically, and they talk about that's how they're altruistically going to knock this out of us, but it doesn't matter. It's for the species I'm doing this. We're going to be right back, okay? I'm going to try to go over all this. Stay with us. They've been drugging our water and our food for more than 50 years. They're intensifying it. Now that we've been exposing them, and a lot of even mainstream news has been being critical of it, and it's coming out that there's sterilants in the plastics by design. The system's coming out and saying, yeah, we're doing this for your own good. Lithium in the water, sterilants in the vaccines. In fact, in this Wired magazine article today, Army's vaccine plan, inject troops with gas-propelled electrocharged DNA. And it says hundreds of vaccines to re-engineer the bodies and brains of troops. And it says, well, old vaccines have been causing sterility. They actually have a quote on the second page talking about how it's been causing, vaccines can pose sterility risk and sterilize. The new DNA vaccines don't do that, it says. See, they're just calmly coming out, counting on you being trusting, while they destroy the economy, while they rob us all blind, while they militarize the police, while they hire millions of private spies with the highest level security clearances to surveil everyone, all now admitted, legislation to secretly arrest and torture citizens at will, violent belligerence act. It's just all off the charts. And they do it with a loving, sweet, kind, good voice, as if it's their right to come out and say, we've got a new vaccine so you won't get upset anymore. And they say in these articles, the scientists say, everyone is mentally ill. Everyone's getting upset too much. Everyone's too stressed. So we're going to put lithium in your water. I mean, we've gone from me here reading you government documents and textbooks where the White House science czar talks about it, and people say, oh, well, he wrote that 25 years ago. We've got a new article at prisonplanet.com. In 2006, White House science czar talked about population reduction and carbon tax to shut down human activity. That's all any of them talk about. You know, the media's like, well, he wrote that 25 years ago. Really? He wrote about it in 2006. I've got books he co-authored in 1999 saying it. They all talk about it. It's all they talk about. Do you understand? I know it sounds crazy to say they want to inject you with live DNA viruses that use RNA to reprogram your DNA and kill your brain cells. You're supposed to get angry at tyranny. You're supposed to get angry at Goldman Sachs. It's what motivates you to set bushfires in the minds of men and women. What was Thomas Jefferson talking about lighting bushfires in the minds of men. Bushfires, the fire of anger and focus and commitment. And everything they do, the fluoride, the Prozac, the plastics, it all has the multi-pronged use of sterilizing or reducing fertility bare minimum and making you servile. And now they say, we want to make you servile. It's an enhancement, deadly toxic lithium. Deadly live viruses. One of them a re-engineered, cloned herpes virus. Go read it. And it's got links to the British Psychiatric Association saying this will replace all medicine. This will replace drugs. They're going to cocktail it all together. And you sit here and you see this and you know this, and it's just unspeakable how they say it's their right to do this to you because they're the nanny state and it's good for you. And mercury is a cognitive enhancer now. I mean, they actually think you're so stupid that they come out and tell you this, and they show a woman rolling up her sleeve for the test, and they say in rats, the rats stopped fighting. The rats stopped being agitated when there wasn't any food for them to eat. They just went over and starved to death. They want to inject you with something where you just lay down and die. And what did it show the shrimp do? Shrimp normally hide out in dark areas. Now they just swim right up to birds, right up to turtles, right up to other fish and get eaten. Headline, Prozac pollution making shrimp reckless. National Geographic News. You can pull up another one. Prozac making a commit suicide. There's so much Prozac in the water from sewage runoff and what they're adding, because they go, it's strange. It's not the exact variant of Luvox or Prozac. It's the base chlorine fluoride combination that it's based on. We don't know why so much is in the water. The stinking stuff is being added. They're all fluoride based. And the shrimp, with all those rivers coming into the Gulf of Mexico, are being wiped out en masse because they don't care anymore. They don't see threats anymore. And that's what all of this does. You are living in a science fiction nightmare. The question is, can we make this the main issue? Not Lindsay Lohan, not Mel Gibson, not even things like open borders. That's important, but nothing compared to this medical tyranny. We'll continue covering this information on the other side. They are now deploying these systems publicly.